How could you not be happy with that music?
I love that music. I dance every time. How can you not from your little seat?
For you, your fingers in the air are dancing.
Right. It's the only way how to dance. Like Charlie Brown style.
Charlie Brown, fingers in the air. All right, thanks everyone for joining us here on another edition of Extreme Health Radio. This is the Free For All Friday show with Kate.
Hello, everybody.
Actually, Kate is on just about all of our shows now, which is kind of cool.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's fun.
So exciting. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Anyway,
I live here too.
Let's see. This is, what's the date today? Saturday, March 30th, 2013.
That would be right.
That's right. Today's Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Saturday, March 30th, 2013. And this is episode number 79 of Extreme Health Radio. So you can check it out at extremehealthradio.com/79. And in about 7 years, we'll have the transcript up. No, my mom has to do that, and she does it, and she's great the way she does it, but it just takes a long time.
Yeah, if I was doing it, it would probably take me 3 times as long.
Yeah, she was a former medical transcriptionist by trade, and it takes her probably about a week to do one episode.
Yeah.
And there's about, I think, 10,000 words per episode, which is crazy.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be that until you break it down, and you're kind of shocked at what goes into that transcribing too. Yeah,
she spends hours and hours on it, and the one good thing about the transcription is really great is that basically means that anyone who says anything on our show, all of what they said is actually searchable. So you know how we have that little search engine box on our site on the right side, someone can go on there and just type in like diabetes or something, and then it'll bring up all the shows that,
wow,
as long as they're transcribed,
right,
anytime a guest mentions that. So it's becoming kind of like its own library, which is cool.
That is so, the resource of that is just awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And some people, just one lady a while ago wrote in, and she can't, I think she has some kind of hearing problem, and she can't really listen, so she likes to read the shows.
No way.
Yeah, so she asked for all the shows, and I sent her, it was like I think we had the first 18 transcribed.
No way.
Yeah, and so she reads them.
Oh.
I didn't tell you that, did I?
No, I never. No.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
How awesome.
Let's see. Where are we?
Who am I?
Who am I? Let's see. So, this show is brought to you by Amazon. So if you want to support our work, please feel free to do that and go to extremehealthradio.com/Amazon. And if you do that, every time you make an Amazon purchase, we'll get a little commission. I think we get around 5 or 6% per order, but you can do that for anything that you buy, and as often as you buy too. That will help support us, and you can bookmark that link and support us that way. And I believe that's it as far as the introduction. Look at that. No, I thought the music ended.
Perfect fade. I thought it is.
It's coming back though.
Oh.
It's making a comeback. So we
like
got
high shorts.
Oh no.
High-waisted shorts.
Oh, those are back.
They're back. Full swing.
They're back.
In our town.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those.
I have never been a fan of those.
No?
Oh.
As a guy, I just never really found those to be attractive on women.
Yeah. It
makes them look like spiders, where they have
big abdomen.
Their body's cut in half.
Yeah, that's not the most flattering for sure, but the stores are all doing that now, though. Everything's high. I tried to buy a pair of jeans. Remember how hard that was for me to find?
Yeah.
A pair that you could actually wear a belt with. That was somewhat decently.
In a matter of years, it's going to be like it's a pair of jeans and a bra all in one.
Well, right. Why wouldn't they?
It just covers up right underneath your armpits.
Gross.
I don't know whose idea.
Like a bodysuit. A body bag.
I don't know whose idea that was. That's never been something I've enjoyed.
Same person who created the Snuggie.
Yeah.
No, but those are awesome. Snuggies are awesome.
Snuggies are great.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to get to today. On today's show, we've got a couple listener questions, and we've got a really cool inspirational quote. Kate, I think you're going to like at the end.
Really?
It has to do with your home and how you view your home and
how you nest, how you feather your nest.
Exactly.
Ooh, I'm going to love it.
Yeah, it's good.
Pins and needles over here, waiting. Can we just get out of the way now? I want to hear it.
No, we'll wait to the end.
Okay.
Let's see. So this week we had our week off, actually. We had only one guest, and that was Adam Bergstrom, and he wasn't even actually scheduled to be on until it was just kind of a last minute thing. But that was a great show, wasn't it?
Oh, it was such a good show. That guy's fascinating.
Isn't he an interesting guy?
So interesting.
Yeah. Well, what kind of stood out to you from that interview?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm new to the whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? Chronobiotic?
Solar nutrition or chronobiotic nutrition?
That's so hard to say.
Chronobiotic
nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
That thought, I mean, I haven't even heard of that concept until, I think you mentioned it, 6 months, a year ago, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting to talk to him so much more and read his book, but I find it fascinating, the whole, not obviously the times that you're eating the foods, that is the whole point, but the like way that the sun comes up and hits foods at a certain angle at a certain time.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I want to learn more about that, what that means for our garden, for our fruit trees we're going to be getting.
Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting to me about that whole concept is I didn't ask him, and I wish I should have, but he's going to be a regular on our show. And if you haven't heard his show, by the time we post this, you should be able to check that out at extremehealthradio.com/78. But I wanted to ask him, it's just, I wonder if people back in, thousands of years ago, if they ate this way just instinctively. Like, I wonder if this kind of just was a part of people's diet and how they ate rhythmically with the seasons, just as a result of living nomadically or whatever their lifestyle was. Like, I wonder if it was actually something that people did and didn't even really know it.
Huh.
And to us, it's a big deal now because we're so far removed from living naturally.
Right. Well, Adam would know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And it's another cool thing I liked about it too, is there's so much more going on with life and with health and with everything of how nature works and how I believe God set everything up. It just makes God so much bigger, doesn't it?
Oh, man.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I like how we've talked about that ever since. Well, we've had that conversation a lot of times, but after you talk to a guy like Adam, yeah, I realize this just makes God huge. Mm-hmm. We don't know anything.
I feel like we don't barely even scratching the surface of what this world is all about and how things work. Because
I know.
Like it gets into all the stuff that he was talking about, cycles. Remember, he was saying he's not 72 years old. He's 72 revolutions around the sun, and
right.
How God set everything up to work in cycles.
Right.
It's just cool.
That was a really cool interview. I can't wait to talk to that guy again.
It wasn't interesting what he was talking about too, with the living for your mother and your parents versus. What was it? People are either living for them, or they're either doing what their parents want them to do,
or the opposite of what their parents did.
Well, the opposite of what their parents want them to do. So they're rebelling, or they're actually living a life that they're not supposed to be living, but they're just trying to please their parents.
That's right. Their parents' dream for their life.
Exactly. And then the whole idea of finding that balance right in the center point, like the fulcrum of a teeter-totter, where that's the maybe part of his book. Yes, no, maybe. Right. And that's actually living what your life's supposed to be. That's
a crazy concept in itself.
Yeah,
well, I'm reading that book by Osho. Mm-hmm. The Courage, is it Freedom or The Courage to Be Yourself? Shoot.
I think it's Freedom, the Courage to Be Yourself.
Oh, that's what, yeah. All of a sudden that sounded strange to me. But the concept of that book is just as fascinating. He delves into the whole world of nobody really is who they are unless you have grown up with parents or whoever raised you without having any opinion or influence, whether it's religious, whether it's nutritional. He goes into the whole, we are not ourselves. It's so hard to actually be a free person without anyone shaping you. And that's, literally impossible, but he opens that whole world, and it's a crazy concept.
So there's no way getting around some sort of influence of other people in our life as we grow up, and then trying to figure out how much of that influence is really your own opinion and what you really think versus what it actually was, which is just influence, right?
Right.
Wow.
And how to separate that. I haven't finished the whole book, so I'm not sure yet if that's possible. I doubt it, but wow. It's an interesting concept for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Goes along with what Adam was talking about, though.
Yeah, he's a fascinating guy.
Yeah, he is.
It's, Chronobiotic Nutrition. Check it out.
Check it out. We have it now.
We have it now. Yeah, that's it's a really interesting book or guest, and he's scheduled to be on. We're going to have him on once a month, I think.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited about him.
Yeah, and he's also an iridologist, a colon hydrotherapist. I think he's done chiropractic work, a nutritionist. He's done everything. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Really, really interesting guy. So if you haven't checked out that show, you can do it at extremehealthradio.com/78, I think. And you can get his book on that page as well. And what else do we have? Oh, you were going to write some things on your blog recently. I think you had a couple things that you were going to write about, right?
I am slacking. But yes, I might get that done this weekend.
What kinds of things were you going to talk about?
Well, I'm going to start a project. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I was inspired by when we were up at the health food store a couple weeks ago, and we were getting into the car, and we loaded the car up, and I opened my door, and as I stepped up in, something caught my eye, and I looked down on the ground, and written on between those two, what do you call those? Like the lines that separate the parking spaces. There's usually a couple. In between those lines, someone had written, stenciled on the ground, "Give more." And I thought, that is so cool. And it hit me in a way that I just didn't expect it in the middle of an ugly parking lot. And it was inspiring. So I got out my iPhone, took a picture of it. And I thought about it later on. I thought, how cool would that be to be that person going around writing things like this that other people see, and it actually changes something within you in that day. And makes you think or inspires you or whatever. But I obviously wouldn't want to do it permanently because that's kind of defacing.
That would be
property.
What we would call...
That'd be called criminal.
Vandalism.
But I'm going to do it with chalk, and I'm going to attempt to do 30 days of writing a saying or a word or a phrase on the ground in different places around town or anywhere I go, and just have my chalk and my stencils in my bag, and then do the blog, commit to it for 30 days. And
that's cool.
Yeah, see what it does for me and what it could do to inspire other people. And and maybe watching if people... maybe park out of my car and kind of see if people pay attention to it and see their reactions.
That's cool.
It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. You know what you could do is you could videotape them from afar, you know.
They would love that. It's like what not to wear, but
put it on YouTube.
Right? Oh no.
That's cool. No, that's a cool idea. I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Recently we had our blood tested too. That was really cool, wasn't it?
That was a week ago. That was awesome.
Is that a week ago?
Yeah.
So we had dried blood cell analysis from Dr. Massey a while back, where we had to prick our own fingers, and Kate had a little issue there.
It's better than having you try to stab me with a lancet.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I hate that. That hurt.
You couldn't do it.
I could.
Well, you did, but
I did, but it took me a long time to get the courage to.
Yeah.
It's having to stab yourself without an auto injector. It's so mental.
Yeah.
I got all shaky and weird, and I couldn't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can't stab yourself easily. What's wrong with you?
Right.
And then you have me, where I just stab myself into my bone, into my finger bone.
Your blood droplet was like from your heart. It was so deep.
You know, I stabbed myself so deep that my finger was kind of tingly for about a week and a half after that.
No.
Yeah, did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
It's like nerve damage?
Yeah, it might have hit a nerve or something.
That's the thing with you. You go big.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like, I don't know. And you're just like, take that thing and just stab it into your finger.
Because I'd rather, instead of going through the anguish of 35 minutes of that, I'd rather... psyching
yourself up.
I'd rather just stab myself and get it over with.
Yeah. And what did Dr. Massey say to you on your blood? He said that, what? Yeah. What did he tell you?
It was just,
your blood was too big.
It was too much.
Too much blood.
Yeah.
Did you learn from it?
Yeah, but you know what we should do is we should buy the things at the store where you can just prick your own blood, like the diabetes test.
So those things were cool.
Mm-hmm. They're just automatic.
Right. We had that done you'll tell them about where we went, but.
So we went to Restoration Ranch, and I'll put a link to that on this show page. And he's a really interesting guy.
It's in Yucca Valley, California.
What was his name? Mike
Casey.
Mike Casey. Yeah, and you can go out there. You can do week-long cleanses. Are they longer than that, or is it
I think there's a 7-day and a 10-day program.
7 and 10-day program? And you can stay there, right?
Right. They have everything from hydrotherapy treatments to infrared saunas, colloidal silver jacuzzi type bath situations.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Food plans that are made for your specific, it sounds like either detox or cleanse, or he helps a lot of people with different digestive and autoimmune cancer type stuff. His website, I definitely recommend checking it out. We were referred from a friend of ours, and it was worth the drive for sure. Mm-hmm. He was so kind and so knowledgeable. And
yeah, it was really great because he spent about, what did you say, probably 2.5 hours with us?
Yeah.
And it was $50 each.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah, and that's what we went out for, is to get our we had a dried blood analysis, and we were looking for a live blood analysis. So that's where the auto injector came in handy. I didn't have to put myself through the trauma.
Right.
But those things didn't hurt at all. They were pretty cool.
No, and it's like a pre-selected situation where the needle can only go so far to the skin, so it's
right, barely punctures it.
Gives you the perfect amount of blood. It was so interesting watching that. Did you see that video that I sent you with the grounded blood versus the ungrounded blood?
Ooh, I have it, but I didn't watch it yet.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'll do that.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a video of that. And so when they took the live blood cell analysis of someone who was not grounded, you could see all of their blood cells look similar. And a lot of them look like they're pancaked like ours did and clustered. Some of the cells were misshapen, and then they were grounded for 45 minutes, and then their blood was taken after that. And then you can see all of the red blood cells are perfect circles. There's
the little donuts.
Little donuts. There's no clusters, and everything's just perfect. It's just amazing.
Wow. So I wonder what would have happened had we been standing on the ground when he pricked our finger.
Well, he did say, remember, I was asking him, have you ever done tests where someone gets their blood taken and they have high levels of toxicity, heavy metal toxicity and things, and then you give them a substance, whether it's drink a lot of water or whatever, and then you retest their blood? And he said they did that with someone with zeolite, and they said, remember he said after 20 minutes.
I do remember that.
All of those things were gone.
Right.
In the
No,
blood.
I remember that. That's true. That's fascinating.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's cool. Isn't it really cool to look at your own blood like that? And it really gives you an idea of what's going on in your body. And it's motivating, isn't it?
It is motivating. And it was really trippy too. You feel like you're looking at like a science project from 8th grade or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's weird to see, like, that is what my blood, like, that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he showed in both of us, I think there were crystals that related to our joints.
Joint inflammation, right?
So I think he was saying that there was some issues, some possible future issues with joints in us. Right. Which makes sense because, I mean, everyone has joint issues as you get older. It's part of the calcification thing.
Right. We both had a few little parasites swimming around in there, trying to get into the cell. That was weird. Oh,
on that video too, I think I may have told you this. There was a parasite in the blood of this person, and you can see the white blood cell, and it looked like this circular worm, if you can picture it. It was just like a circle, but it was like a blob thing, and it was moving through the blood, and it was chasing this parasite. And remember seeing those parasites? They're just these little tiny things that squiggle around. And the parasite was like going around other cells, and it was moving through things, and this whole big blob thing was chasing after it.
No way.
And it took it quite a bit of time, but eventually it ate the parasite.
No way.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Dude.
That's just wild. I mean,
that is so cool. Apparently you wouldn't know though, because you don't have any white blood cells, remember?
That's right.
One thing that didn't show up in your blood. No white blood cells.
Yeah, you'd think he would have told me when we left. You might want to do something about not having an immune system. You might
want to make sure you're alive when you leave here. No, but that was interesting too. He painted a picture of, or he basically said, like, you could take any amount, you could prick your finger 5 times and get 5 different, that just happened to be that drop of blood. Didn't just happen to show any white blood cells, but obviously they're in your body, and you could get a different picture every time. And he gave you, so he said you were low on iron, so he said something you can do is blackstrap molasses.
That's right, blackstrap molasses.
Which I've been doing. I love it. It tastes like licorice.
You like it?
I love it.
Sometimes I do it in my smoothie, but I don't really love it that much.
You don't? It's growing on me. I love it.
I've never liked black licorice. Like even when I was a kid, I never enjoyed that. But
that's your problem then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he also mentioned you were low in B vitamins, so he mentioned the Now brand of brewer's yeast. What is it? Unsulfured brewer's yeast for B vitamins.
Right.
And
that stuff tastes like goldfish crackers.
It does, doesn't it?
It's funny.
A lot of people think that the yeast corresponds to yeast infections and candida, but he said
that's what I thought.
Yeah, he said if you get that brand and the unsulfured kind, it makes it so that the yeast spores are dead, I guess he said.
Right. And they only give you the vitamin, not the yeast overgrowth or feeding them.
And then he said for your candida to take zeolite.
Right.
And what else?
Gosh, that zeolite was on like so much of the stuff he recommended for helping us. It just basically helps everything. Yeah,
he mentioned zeolite for just about every one of your health issues.
Right. Oh, iodine for my fibroid.
Oh, right. He recommended Lugol's, I think. No, Iodoral. Oh, but we couldn't get that at the store, so we got some other brand. There's some really good brands like Nascent, Iodoral. There's another couple brands too. There's about 4 of them that are the most popular.
Okay.
But that makes sense how that would... It all connected to me that night, how that would shrink your fibroid, because if we're all low in iodine, and the main organ that uses iodine is the thyroid gland.
Right.
And the thyroid controls your hormones, which controls the excess estrogen, which causes the growth of that. I mean, it makes so much sense.
Right, it did. How have I gone all this time, though, and not known that? Mm-hmm. I've done other things along the way naturally to try to shrink it. It hasn't really shrunk, but it's, it hasn't grown in a couple of years, and they think softening, whatever that means. But the iodine just, I'd never even heard that online. I've done research online. I've looked at other things, talked to a bunch of different people. He was the first one to mention that. So I'm excited about getting that going.
It'll be good to get on that as well.
Yeah.
All right. We have a break to get to. Look at that. A break to get to. Here we go.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. Okay, here we go. And we'll be back after this break. If you're like me, chances are you've tried lots of different whey protein powders and different protein powders on the market. The 2 I like are Sun Warrior Protein and One World Whey. One is vegan and one is not, but One World Whey, I love it. It's 100% raw and grass-fed, coming from Amish farmers with healthy cows. It's an incredible product. It's got about 25 grams of protein with each scoop, which is really, really high. It increases the glutathione levels in your body. It helps to eliminate heavy metals and toxins out of your body, as well as radioactive fallout from chemtrails. And it helps to decrease inflammation in the intestines, which helps with having healthy bowel movements. It builds lean muscle, and it's great for your skin and anti-aging. It increases your energy levels. It's really, really a great product, and it's not just for building muscle. It has so many benefits, and you can learn more about all the benefits of this incredible product at extremehealthradio.com/whey, WHEY, and it's put together by Synergistic Nutrition, and One World Whey is the product name. I highly recommend checking it out. If you are interested in buying it, please consider doing it through us. We'll get a little commission, and you will see what I'm talking about. You're going to be hooked and addicted to this stuff. So consider this product as part of your daily protocol. Maybe put it in your smoothies, and just, it's really, really a great product. So thanks for listening, and let's get back to this interview. Isn't that cool?
I love it.
It completely reminds me of that time I was in New Orleans in, I was in New Orleans in 2001, and have you ever been to the Preservation Music Hall? We were there together, weren't we?
Imagine.
Oh my gosh.
I was right next to you.
You're right. Oh man.
Yes, I was there.
Wow.
This does remind me of it, though.
Were we there? I don't remember going there with you.
Yeah, we did, but we didn't. Remember, we tried to get in, but there wasn't somebody interesting playing that night. Remember? And we were kind of like, eh.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like $25 and it didn't look that great, and there was better musicians on the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
This makes me actually want to play the banjo, which is something I've been talking about lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Play the banjo.
I do. I want to play the banjo.
Where do you... I guess you could buy a banjo anywhere, couldn't you?
Well, yeah, and they have banjo lessons like 10 miles from here.
Really?
Yeah. Some guy was on his porch a couple streets over when I was buying avocados the other day, and he was playing the banjo.
Oh, right.
That wasn't the guy I'm thinking about, but I got online and searched banjo lessons, and the guy came up like 10 miles from here.
Oh, that is cool.
I want to play the banjo. That just fueled my desire right there.
I think you were... In another life, you were a country bumpkin.
I think
you?
I was. I'm okay with that. I love it.
That's
Bring
funny.
on the banjo.
No, this just reminds me of that time because I think I listened to a couple hours of music in the Preservation Music Hall, and
So cool.
and it was just so cool. Those guys are just amazing, those jazz players.
I love it. We got to get back there.
All right, so this segment is normally what we do is we take any questions at the 20-minute mark, listener questions, and we got one from Michelle, and she writes in quite a bit of stuff. I feel like I should read a little bit of it. She says, "Hi, I'm looking for some suggestions. I'm 42 and I have a neurologic condition. Diagnosis aside, the truth is that I was directly sprayed by a crop duster when I was a teenager."
What?
Oh, man. Doctors refused to recognize my toxic exposure, which is not surprising. Now, a naturopathic doctor told me that I am of the top 5% most toxic person he had ever seen. If you can offer any ideas, please contact me for further discussion. And I just wrote her back and told her that we'd be discussing it on the show. And she kind of filled me in a little bit more, which is cool. And she says, yes, thank you. I think understand some of the basics of detox. Here's what's happening. Last April, I had my amalgam fillings replaced. Since then, I've been detoxing with glutathione IV injections for several months. Well, that's good. Glutathione's really good. Meanwhile, my health has been much more difficult, including immobility. Plus, I've been using the life-changing product Laminine. I believe that might be some kind of mineral or something. Lastly, I've done 10 colonics with amazing yet scary results. A ton of heavy metal and gallons worth of bile being released from my colon. I get a colonic every 8 to 10 days. And in between each, my belly bloats up from the extra bile. My colonic hydrotherapist has never seen anything like it. It doesn't seem possible that so much could be released repeatedly. Since I was sprayed by a crop duster, I am convinced this caused my Parkinson's symptoms.
Oh, man.
She says that my liver and gallbladder need more support. Can you help me understand? Wow.
Whoa.
That reminds me of, what was his name? David Favor. And he's a raw food guy in Texas. And he's basically, I think he's going to be doing a raw food diet his whole life because as a child, I may have told you this, as a child, he drank gasoline. Did I tell you that?
Oh, I did. I remember that. Tell me more, though. It's a long time ago.
I don't remember much, but he drank gasoline. He just thought it would be a funny kind of thing. And you know how as children you would break those light bulbs with mercury in them or things like that. But he drank gasoline, and now he's pretty well recovered. But, I mean, can you imagine what that does to your insides?
Oh, my gosh.
So this lady kind of reminds me of this, Michelle. I feel for you on this. And I do have a couple things that you might want to look into. I'm not a nutritionist, and obviously I've been studying this stuff intensely for since 2003. So I've read a lot of books and gone to seminars and things and listened to a lot of stuff. So these are just some of the things that come to mind. I would possibly look into Dr. Mary Newport, and I think her website is coconutketones.com.
Are you going to put that on the site too?
Yeah, I'm just writing that down, Mary Newport. And her husband had Alzheimer's disease, and she was able to cure him with this product called MCT oil, which is medium chain triglyceride oil. It's basically a concentrated form of the substance coming from lauric acid that's in coconuts.
Okay.
And so it's just a really, really concentrated form of that, from what I understand. And so that seems to have a lot of help with the neurological part. And there's also a lady who we're trying to get on our show. What was her name? Golly, what's her name? Dr. oh man, what's her name? Dr. Terry Wall.
Okay.
Terry Wall. I'll put her website. And I think she had Parkinson's disease.
Whoa.
And she overcame it. She was in a wheelchair and couldn't get out. She was stuck in the wheelchair for years. Yeah. And she reversed her Parkinson's. I think it was Parkinson's disease. And
was it Parkinson's or MS?
Oh gosh, it might have been MS.
We'll have to find out.
But I believe those are all neurological and they're related. So you might want to look into MCT oil. I would look into, let's see, if you can get hemp oil. We did a show with Rick Simpson. You want to check that out at extremehealthradio.com/77. And hemp oil could definitely help with that. Glutathione, like you're doing, is really good. You could do all kinds of different cleanses. You could do a parasite cleanse. If you go to our website under useful resources, and there's a link for critical health documents, I think, or critical PDF documents. And there's a link for search for Hulda Clark and new concepts on that page. There's about 20 of them. And in that document, she lays out how to get rid of parasites with 7 essential oils. And it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, you get these essential oils and you do them a couple times a day. And and you can see the parasites coming out. It's pretty amazing. I would do any kind of cleansing you possibly could. If you're doing colonics, I would keep doing that. I'm reading a book called Colon Health by Dr. Norman Walker.
Oh, right.
And you may want to look into that because the colonics tend to help a lot with just about every known issue.
It sounds good that she's doing them as often as she is right now, too.
Mm-hmm. 8 to 10 days. And I would do zeolite to get out some more of the chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, we offer a zeolite on our show. It's extremehealthradio.com/zeolite. But if you get it from us or from anybody else, just make sure it's a good one. And I would do zeolite. What else? Oh, I would do, that what would be really good is to do the clays that we do from Vitality Herbs and Clay.
Oh, for sure.
If you go to Vitality Herbs and Clay, you can get a really great high, what is it? It's got a high silica clay, and I think it's got about 60 minerals in there.
Wow.
As well. So it helps to rebuild and cleanse at the same time, and you can take as much clay as you can. You can talk to Michael King on that. If you go to that website, Vitality Herbs and Clay.
And maybe the bathing in it, the bath pack too.
Oh, yeah.
Could draw out stuff. It sounds like she could use all the help.
I would do, if I were her, if I were you, Michelle, I would do sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I would do rebounding.
Yep.
To help that lymphatic system detox those chemicals out. What else? There's a ton of things, isn't there? What else can you do to cleanse? Well,
I know you can. I don't know about cleansing. You can do obviously tons of cleanse for the liver.
Oh, right.
All
right.
that she was mentioning. But from what I've heard from my dried blood analysis from Dr. Massey, because my liver did seem stressed, he said the importance of just, if not doing anything, just adding in milk thistle, being really kind to your liver.
Okay.
Besides, you can do major detoxes on that. But
Right. So what else would be used for detoxification? You were talking about milk thistle and...
Yeah, just being extra kind to those organs. But as far as detoxing, I mean, there's so many different kinds of liver and gallbladder flushes, detoxes. I've been taking, what's it called? Sunflower lecithin, along with sometimes flaxseed oil to help the bile move.
Okay.
So maybe in her bile situation, it sounds like she has some interesting things going on with that, but anything to support the bile movement and the health of the bile.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm sorry, Michelle. That's really hard.
Yeah, that's, I feel for you on that. But with this kind of stuff, you can get it out. Oh, skin brushing would be good.
Oh, skin brushing for sure. There's always hope.
Yeah, get that dried skin off you that has the toxins on it. I would definitely look into sweating. Vitamin C. You know what? This reminds me of Dr. Stuart Nunley. He had that's what he was diagnosed with, Parkinson's, because he had heavy metal toxicity from removing people's amalgam fillings.
Right.
Yeah, and what he did is he did a super high dose of vitamin C and far infrared sauna.
Jeez.
And he was able to reverse his Parkinson's.
That sauna, man.
It's amazing.
It's like the best thing we've ever had.
Oh my gosh.
I have different arms. Isn't this weird?
Really? They look the same to me.
They're not. Ever since I started this sauna 2 weeks ago, my arms are like different. I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I've lost like a little bit of chub around them or what, but they're actually like I feel like I've worked out at the gym every day for 3 weeks. That's how I feel.
Yeah, the sauna.
They're strong. It's weird.
I would highly recommend going to a place where you can use far infrared sauna or somehow using one. If you want to save up and get one through us, that would be awesome. But just get in one of these things because they're just so like like a feeling of euphoria when you get out of these things.
Yeah, you feel like you were just at a day spa for like a day,
or you just had a massage or something.
All that.
Oh, and another thing I would definitely look into is some cleanses too. A couple that we recommend are the Ejuva cleanse by Dr. Partido, and he was on episode number 19. If you want to listen to him, we sell that one, but you don't have to buy it from us. You can buy it anywhere if you want. If you want to support us, you can do it that way. There's also the Clean program. We don't sell that one, but I love Dr. Alejandro Younger, who does the Clean program, and you may want to look into that. I think his website's cleanprogram.com. So any kind of herbal cleanse would be good as well to do. And someone else you may want to look into if you're looking to cleanse out heavy metals and things is, what is his name? Gosh, there's so many people that we interviewed. He's a chiropractor. You've
already had him on the show?
Okay, his name is Dr. Ken Sutter. So that was extremehealthradio.com/33, and he was exposed to Agent Orange in Vietnam.
Wow.
And if you know anything about that, not a lot of those guys are still alive. Harvey Diamond, I can think of, he wrote Fit for Life. He's still alive and doing well, and he does a whole detoxification program. And I think the Agent Orange...
And he was exposed to Agent Orange?
He was,
wow.
Yeah. And so was Dr. Ken Sutter. And he's just worked tirelessly to cleanse his liver, and he's got a whole program that he works with people on to cleanse out the stuff, because I think he was exposed to it in the air and in the water.
Oh man!
And he had all kinds of parasites from being over in Vietnam. They'd peel the leeches off your back, and he's getting parasites in the water.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. So if you're interested in that, it is extremehealthradio.com/58. Or I'm sorry, not 58. What was it? 33. Yeah, and you might want to contact Dr. Ken Sutter for more information on that.
Sweet.
Yeah, sorry, Michelle. I feel bad about that. If there's anything else we can do, please let us know.
Yeah, but there's always hope. It's always an exciting journey to see what's out there to start returning to health.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of fungus... You want to play what's in our kitchen?
Uh-oh.
We have a household item. I did some research.
Okay.
I'm going to read you a household item that we have in our very cupboard.
Uh-oh.
Somewhere that helps all these following things, and I want you to try to guess what it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What's in your kitchen? That's what we'll play. This very thing is good for chronic fatigue, allergies, sinus infections, headaches, sore throats, flu, acne, warts, varicose veins, high cholesterol, candida, yeast infections, fungus. See where I was going with that?
Okay, there you
Stiff joints, arthritis, heartburn, aftershave. You can use it as a teeth whitener. It helps with gout. It can be a facial toner, age spot lightener, hair rinse, sunburns, helps with that, and swelling.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Water.
No.
No. What is it?
Water. I'm sure water is all good for all that stuff.
It's probably something simple like baking soda or something.
It is something simple.
Am I close?
Yeah, pretty close. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, what is it?
Apple cider vinegar.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's amazing.
I drink it. I mean, I drink it daily, have for the last probably year now.
Uh-huh.
And you even read on the bottle. Was it, what's that guy's name? Bragg?
Oh, yeah. Paul Bragg.
Yeah. And he's on that apple cider vinegar. even reading, you can go to the site and stuff, at the bottle just tells you what it's good for. It's amazing.
Wow.
But can you believe that? Everything from gout to high cholesterol to fungus to sunburns. The many uses of apple cider vinegar.
Do you put it on your skin for sunburn, or?
I'm going to find out.
I've heard you can use it for dandruff too, but I can't imagine you putting that on your scalp would smell good. But I guess maybe you rinse it off.
I'm sure.
Wow.
Put a lot of stuff, even for dandruff. You can do the, I send a lot of my clients home with the prescription to go buy coconut oil to rub on their scalp before bed.
Oh.
Coconut oil heals everything from dry skin, flaky stuff on your scalp.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Do you do that at night?
I haven't done that, but I put it on my face every night now.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple cider vinegar. So I guess it wouldn't be, I guess you'd want to use the Bragg's brand, right?
I would think. I mean, that's the one we've been the most exposed to, and I think it has a lot of good things to say about it so far. And you know, to be honest, ever since I've taken it 2 to 3 times a day, my gallbladder pain has diminished quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I mix it with a little bit of raw apple juice.
Uh-huh.
And I'll do like an ounce of apple juice and an ounce of the Bragg's, and it makes it tolerable. It still packs a punch, but there's something about that apple cider connection with the gallbladder pain flare-ups and stuff.
And it's so easy to do, right? I mean, all you do is just take a little tablespoon of it and some water, and I mean, how easy is that?
It's so easy, and it's so cheap. It's so inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
The other thing, too, was when we went and got our blood done, you know how I was a little low on iron?
Oh, right.
I found online, because we've been doing a lot of juices, there's this really good juice recipe for iron.
Ah, I like
hear
it.
what it is?
Let's do it.
Let's play What's in Your Juice? This is full of iron, folic acid, magnesium, vitamins E and C.
Okay.
It's 1 beet, like a medium-sized beet. It's a lot of beet, but it's 1 full beet.
Okay.
An apple.
An apple.
I'm not sure if it has to be red or green or if it matters, but an apple.
Okay.
2 carrots.
2 carrots.
Half a cup of broccoli.
Half a cup of broccoli. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And 2 kale leaves.
Wow. And that's super high in iron.
Iron, magnesium, folic acid, E and C vitamins.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I came across that. I'm gonna try that later, probably today or tomorrow, and I bet it tastes pretty good actually. But
yeah, the beet and carrot and apple is all sweet.
Totally.
Wow.
It'll hide the broccoli.
Yeah, a lot of women are low in iron because of their menstruation, and so that's a good way. And I've had that question a lot: is where can you get a lot of iron?
Right. And we're always thinking leafy green vegetables, broccoli in itself. But yeah, making a little concoction, a little juice, a little mixture, it's so easy. And you probably enjoy it because, it's like how the parents hide the broccoli or the vegetables in the food. You don't even know. You're getting stuff that actually tastes decent without even knowing it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's
cool.
Kind of cool. High in iron. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And also, we're doing what are we doing for iron? The blackstrap molasses.
Blackstrap molasses.
Molasses, yeah. For iron. Okay.
Yep. And it just feels so much more natural than just like downing an iron pill or something.
Mm-hmm. You know what I heard too is good for men to have the same sort of cleansing effect for women that women have with menstruation is to donate blood.
Oh, right, because it cycles out your old gross blood.
Yeah, it cycles out, and women have that. And so I've heard people say that that's one of the reasons why women live longer than men, is they're able to kind of keep their blood more pure because of that.
Well, that is a way better theory than my dad had when we were growing up. You know what he said? He said it was because the women ate their lipstick. On coffee cups, when you go out to eat, you're always ingesting that. He thought there was some magical. I think he was very far from.
That it was actually good for you.
Oh yeah, it's actually good for you. Eating lipstick kept women alive longer.
Oh man,
I'm sure it was the exact opposite. But isn't that funny? That would make way more sense.
It's probably the women would actually live longer if they didn't have the lipstick that they ate. instead of dying at 85, it would be 95.
Oh, Dad.
That's funny.
I love it though. That's a memory I have, and it's pretty funny.
So here I wrote an article a while back called 5 Tips for Surviving a Heart Attack When You're Alone. And we've been learning some things about the heart recently, and that I thought I'd like to share here. So let's see. One of the things is to take deep breaths and try coughing, because apparently the coughing sensation or action on your heart causes it to, I guess, spasm or move in a certain way that could alleviate some of the issues that people have with the heart attack. And
Wow.
I have it on the website if you want to look. And then there's cayenne pepper that you could take
As you're having heart attack symptoms?
Yeah.
Okay.
This would obviously mean that you would, if you're driving or something like that and don't have these things with you. But if I were susceptible to having this, if I had high blood pressure and I was overweight, and I might consider carrying some of this with me. Just
your little traveling emergency kit.
Yep. Yep. And so magnesium taurate would be good.
Okay.
You can get that as a supplement, a pill.
We take that, yeah.
We take that.
Okay.
And there's also there's a link that I have to one of our guests, Wendy Wilson. I think she was episode number 13, to the heart attack pack. And that's like a little tincture that you can put underneath your tongue, I think.
Oh, you told me about that. That sounded amazing.
And that would be really good for anyone to have as a family in your herbal medicine chest, to have in case something ever happens.
Right.
In that regard, because you can call 911, and then in the meantime you can
do these things.
And then according to Gilbert Renaud,
this is good.
Yeah, he's a fascinating guy. He's from recallhealing.com, and he says to apply ice directly above the right ear.
Yep.
And that has had some significant results with people that he's worked with.
Right.
And if you're not familiar with recall healing, it's really a fascinating subject, and we've been listening to his stuff lately. And then Dr. Norman Walker says, he's the author of the colon health book I'm reading, to apply intense pressure with your thumb directly on the heart access point at the bottom of your left foot. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, so you know how all the parts of the bottom of the foot connect to different parts of different organs.
Right.
And same with the colon does that too. Colon reflexes to different parts of your body.
So the bottom of your left foot?
So the bottom of your left foot, just below your, sort of like on the ball of your foot. It's just directly below your second toe.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's apparently an access point to your heart that's probably about an inch below the bottom of your second toe.
Wow.
Right on the bottom part of the ball of your foot. And he goes on and on about how what great results that gets with people.
Wow, I never would have ever known that.
And then if it were me, I would add magnesium oil and possibly DMSO on your chest directly above the heart. And I think that that could be something that would help too if you're experiencing a heart attack. The trick is that, a lot of times people have heart attacks, but they're, away, or they're in a public restroom, or in their car. So these might be, difficult to implement depending on where you are.
Even at a restaurant or something, though, God forbid, you could have somebody run and grab ice out of the back. At least do one of the things to, and the finger on the foot thing. Yeah,
you can do that. And, DMSO and magnesium oil just come in little containers. You can take that with you.
Can travel.
Yeah, and just kind of be close to them. So those are some good ideas for a heart attack. Yeah.
Smart.
What else we got this show? We got a ton of stuff here. Let's see. What else do we have?
In our bag of goodies.
We've got... Let's see. Our garden that's going along pretty well.
Our garden's springing up all over the place. So cute.
Yeah.
Little cutie plants.
We're growing some chives, and
they're popping up, and a bunch of different lettuce mixtures.
Yeah.
Our zucchinis are starting to have little buds.
It's nice, huh?
They're so cute.
Yeah, we're going to get some berry plants, right?
We're going to do some blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. Get those going before it gets too late into the spring.
Blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so good.
So tasty.
Oh, I love berries.
Oh, and we're supposed to eat a handful of berries every day, too.
For antioxidants.
Right.
Because apparently we both had oxidative stress.
Right.
Which is when, how did you describe it?
Oh gosh, I forget.
What was it?
So much information.
Yeah, your cells lose electrons.
Right.
Or different atoms lose electrons, and then they attach to cells, and then they kill those cells.
Right. Which are some of the dead ones we saw floating around in our blood, right?
Right. So having antioxidants would be great. I love berries anyway. They're so good.
Dude, what did he say? Eat a half a cup of berries?
Half a cup. But he says a full cup a day.
Yeah. I'm thinking I could eat like 3 cups.
Oh, I could easily eat 3 cups. They're so good.
So good. I love this season.
Oh, man.
Spring is the best for berries.
And we're going to do zucchini. We're going to buy an avocado tree. And we're also going to get some lemon and citrus trees, right?
Yes.
I feel like it's time to move into a big property with lots of land. And don't you?
Me too.
Yeah.
Wiener dogs running around, gardens everywhere. This would be the best.
Little Maggies running around.
Little Maggies.
Yeah.
Hi, Maggie.
Yeah, I think that learning how to grow your own food is so important.
I do too, and I'm really glad that we're getting our garden going again. Usually we're too late in the season. We're actually like on it this year, so
yeah,
I'm excited.
It's really great. All right, we got to run a quick little break here for the zeolite product we're talking about earlier, and we'll be right back after this break. It was really cool. A while back, we had Deborah Lynn Dad on our show, and that was episode number 45. She's kind of like the queen of detoxification and getting toxins and chemicals and poisons and drugs out of your body and out of your home. She has a really, really great website. And again, that was extremehealthradio.com/45, her interview that we had. And she turned us on to a really cool product. It's a natural zeolite, which is pretty amazing, actually. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, you could check it out at extremehealthradio.com/zeolite. That's ZEOLITE. That will redirect you to this really cool product that she turned us on to. And I talked with her at length about it. And I've been doing a lot of research about it. And zeolites are adsorptive, so they're positively charged. And they bind to anything that's negatively charged, which is like toxins and poisons and chemicals and all these things that we're exposed to. And what they do is they just pull them out of your bloodstream. The size of the zeolite molecule is really important too. So the smaller the size, the more powerful and the more toxins it's going to grab onto and flush out of your body. And this one I think is 0.03 microns, which is really, really small. I think it's the smallest in the industry from what I've learned and from what I've researched. So it's really, really a cool product. And if you're living in the modern world and want to get these heavy metals and toxins and poisons out of your bloodstream, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/zeolite. And it's about, I think, $24 per month for a bottle. And it's really a great way to get rid of these toxins and poisons out of your bloodstream and capillaries and out of the cells and all that kind of stuff. And we really, really liked the product and spoke with the company and trust Deborah. She's done a lot of great work. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/zeolite, or you can read about it more on our store as well. And thanks for listening, and let's get back to the show. There you go. You're kind of dancing a little bit.
I got the head going. Still love that banjo, though.
Like the guys in Saturday Night Live.
I don't remember that.
You remember that skit?
No.
It was Chris Cottrell.
Yeah.
I think his name is Chris Cottrell. And Will Ferrell. And they're in that nightclub. You remember that?
I don't.
Oh, man.
Were they just like dancing with their heads?
Yeah, they're dancing with their heads. It's so
like
funny.
me, like a bobblehead? No, you have to bring that up later.
No, that's. I figured that music goes kind of along with the last music a little bit.
I like it.
It's cool, huh?
Excellent choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So before the break, we were talking about a little bit about our garden and some of the things we want to do with our garden. And I'm wondering if you guys do any gardening out there, if you find it interesting and fulfilling to do that. It seems like, to me, that just seems like a dream to have a huge, big garden like that, you know?
Oh my gosh. The thing with our garden is we don't have any actual land for people who don't know us and been to our house, but it's, you love gardening when you have to walk 1,000 million times into the house and out with a bucket of water to water your garden.
Right.
Because we don't have a hose.
Right.
So we're on a second story with no water outside, so it makes it for interesting.
But that'll be great to get some avocado trees started and some lemon trees.
I want a Meyer lemon tree.
Golly, and we're gonna get I think an orange tree, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
That'd be so cool.
The dream one day when we have property is to be able to do like, peach and plum trees, all those. Every kind of tree known to man.
Oh, man. And
can't wait.
So we're going to get some rock dust here pretty soon.
Right.
That'd be good. I think I found a place online for us. It's about $42 for 50 pounds.
Whoa.
Pretty cheap.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we can use some of that, and we can use some of the ocean minerals. We should buy some of that too.
How often do you put the rock dust on? Is it just when you like redo your soil?
I don't know.
Mineralize it?
I don't know. I have to look at the instructions and things. But you could do that, and you can do the sea minerals for soil remineralization.
Cool.
Water with diluted ocean water. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Pretty cool. Let's see. So we also bought last week some enema kits. We haven't used them yet, but we plan on it.
Yeah.
Are you not looking forward to that?
It's going to be a little interesting at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's going to be a trip.
But it's interesting when you look at people who have, cured their cancers with using enemas. And
right. Oh, they're super powerful.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds crazy to some people, but people reverse this cancer like that. Dr. Ken Sutter, he had liver cancer. I don't know if...
I didn't know that.
He was a guy that went to Vietnam, and he had liver... I mean, imagine having liver cancer. Yeah, that's your main organ.
Right.
And he reversed it, and one of the things he used was the enemas. And they use it in the Gerson therapy and everywhere.
Dr. Massey, I believe, when we had the dried blood analysis done.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, last year we talked to him on the phone. Remember we had an appointment?
Oh, yeah.
And he told me for my liver issue that was going on at the time with my elevated enzymes that the most powerful thing I could be doing besides taking some milk thistle and things like that was to do the enema.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was a coffee enema.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can't believe I have gone this long without doing it, but I need to start getting on that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do maybe once a week or something like that.
Totally. Yeah. Maggie just fell off my lap.
Did she fall off?
Strangled. I had her by her head, and I was trying not to move from the microphone, and she's dangling in the air. I'm sorry, Maggie.
She's all curled up on your lap. So cute.
All cozy.
All cozy. Yeah, I think enemas are really, really powerful, and so it'll be interesting. We'll report back what happens to us.
Yes.
As well as we want to do the liver flush too. I mean, a lot of you guys are a lot farther along in some of these cleansing things than we are.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've been involved in the health, nutrition and things since 2003, but I've never really had the need to do a cleanse like that.
Right.
And so, but now I think it's just getting more and more toxic, and it's more and more important to cleanse, Yeah,
I'd love to get emails from anybody out there who can give us their experience with the gallbladder liver flush, with the lemon juice and the olive oil, etc.
If you want to write to Kate, feel free to do that. She's got a
I would love that. Brand spanking new
address. Yeah, it's kate@extremehealthradio.com, and you can find her there.
It's like I'm a grown-up now. My own address.
You got your own address.
Yeah, please feel free. I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, so we'll be reporting back on some of that stuff. And what else have we got here? We got... Oh, I don't know if people know, but I ran into my shoulder.
He impaled himself.
I impaled myself on the way to the gym the other day. I was walking.
Oh.
And there was a truck that was parked to the right, and I was walking on the sidewalk. And as I was walking by the truck, it was a huge, big service truck, like a UPS kind of style
like
truck.
Like a linen delivery truck.
And it was blocking the whole side of the road, and there was some sort of noise that happened on the other side of the street. And so I turned and looked, and as my head was turned the other way, I ran full steam. I was walking. Oh my gosh, I was walking full steam because it was kind of up a hill, so I was trying to get some more momentum.
You're probably moving your arms. Oh.
And there's this outside, there's a wrought iron gate, and there's a sign that has, I think it's palm trees on it,
or a peacock or something spiky palm tree.
Yeah, and it was carved out of metal, and so the edge of the leaves of the palm tree were bent back, and so I just walked straight into this thing, and it stabbed my shoulder.
I'm not laughing. It's horrible.
And what happened? I got a ride back from the guy, the linen.
He dropped you off.
Delivery guy.
I was eating lunch.
I looked at it and I thought, at first I thought, oh, I'll just keep going to the gym. I just bumped into something. Because I think it was so deep that it was almost beyond the point that there should be pain, you know?
Right.
And so I looked at it, and then as soon as I looked at it and I looked into it, I could see, oh my gosh.
There's my muscle. Oh, it's like a cavern.
Oh, man.
That was bad.
Yeah, I thought I was going to see bone or something. It was so deep.
Oh.
And it was interesting because it was like, it went so deep that it didn't even bleed for a while.
No, right.
And then I thought, okay, this is going to, like, I have to go home and get this thing fixed because it's so deep. I have to get it taken care of. It's going to bleed all over the gym, you know?
Which they would love, I'm sure.
As I'm doing bicep curls, my shoulders like spewing out like a fire hose.
Yuck.
And so I went home. The guy drove me home, and I was able to clean it out. And I put some, hydrogen peroxide.
Mm-hmm. While your lovely wife had to hold open the site.
You had to.
That thing was gnarly.
You had to split it open, huh?
Oh, that was horrible.
And yeah, so I used hydrogen peroxide and some charcoal to help. And then I washed it out over the next day or so. And it's funny, the charcoal just kind of got buried in there.
It kind of sucked itself into the hole. So
now it's like I got this black, it's like this cut that looks black because, so hopefully I'm not sure, how this works, but I'm sure the charcoal will be kind of mitigated or whatever.
I'm sure. Experimentation.
Yeah, and so then I put some honey on it. I cleaned it out again with soap and water and got it all clean and put some more hydrogen peroxide. And then that night, I put some raw honey on it for the enzymes.
That is such a smart move.
And a Band-Aid, so we'll see how
And it's not... We'll see if you're alive in the morning. It's not hurting that bad, though.
No, it doesn't hurt that bad, which is good.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the gnarliest gashes I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Pretty intense.
So I got 6 air purifying houseplants. Remember I was telling you about this the other day?
You bought 6 of them?
No, I found them online.
Oh.
And we'll be buying them soon.
Thought, where are you hiding these things? I haven't seen them.
But this is cool.
Okay.
Okay, it says the bamboo palm because it removes formaldehyde and is also said to act as a natural humidifier. The bamboo palm.
Why is there formaldehyde in our...
Oh, gosh. Our carpets...
Oh, right.
Our beds are sprayed. Everyone's bed, if it's not an organic bed, it's sprayed with formaldehyde as a fire retardant.
Right. Sorry, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and then and then the next one is a snake plant because it absorbs nitrogen oxides and formaldehyde. Number 3 is the Eureka palm, ERECA palm, one of the best air purifying plants for general air cleanliness. Looks like a nice plant too. It does.
Has nice leafy greens.
Yeah, the spider plant, which is great indoor plant for removing carbon monoxide and other toxins and impurities. And spider plants are one of the 3 plants that NASA deems best at removing formaldehyde from the air. So NASA.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. Spider plant. I've seen those.
Snake plant, spider plant.
Yeah, those are cool. The peace lily.
Okay.
The peace lily. They have been called the clean all plant, and they're often placed in bathrooms and laundry rooms because they're known for removing mold spores. They're also known to remove formaldehyde and trichloroethylene.
Wow,
that's amazing. And then the Gerbera daisy.
Oh, yeah. People call them Gerber daisies, but you're right. They're Gerbera daisies.
Okay, Gerber daisies.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. That's like a yellow flower. That's
what
cool.
does that do for you?
Not only do these gorgeous flowers remove benzene from the air, they're known to improve sleep by absorbing carbon monoxide and giving off more oxygen overnight.
Really?
Yeah, so it would be really good to have these plants around your house, you know?
And that's a daisy plant, not like going out and slicing off the flowers and putting them in a vase.
Well, that would probably work, to some degree, but having the living plant there would probably be the most ideal.
That is too cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
And that's such an easy... plants are not cheap, but they're also not super out of the question. They're an easy fix.
Yeah, if you think
They
about, all the chemicals that we're exposed to, plastics inside the house, mold.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have issues with mold inside the house.
Right.
What else is the carpets and our
Mm-hmm.
beds, the paint inside our house,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not even counting any of the food we eat or the toxic supplies that we have underneath our kitchen cabinets.
Right. That's terrible.
Yeah, so that would be great to have these plants. It'd be great to have all 6 just scattered throughout the house.
Yeah.
Or in your bedroom too.
Right. That should be a goal.
Yeah, you can just put these in your house.
In your workplace too.
Yeah, you're breathing this air. And if it's stale, stuffy air, it's good to have pure air.
Nice.
Oh, another thing too that we recommend to people is the Austin Air purifiers. We were turned on to those originally by Dr. Doris Rapp, and we did an interview with her, and she was really keen on these Austin Air purifiers. So we did a bunch of research on those, and now we are affiliated to a company that sells them. So if you want to check those out, they remove...
It's something crazy, right?
Yeah, I think it's in the thousands, like 3,000 toxins, yeah.
In your air.
And most air purifiers remove just the things that are floating around, like the dust and things like that. But this actually removes chemicals too.
Wow.
Which most air purifiers do not. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can check it out at extremehealthradio.com/Austin, AUSTIN.
Yes.
And yeah, we'd highly recommend those. You can get one for, a couple different rooms of your house.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
Brilliant.
Got to have clean air.
Yeah.
And so finally, I got a quote before the quote.
What were you
going to say?
I've been waiting on pins and needles for the quote. Now you're giving me a pre-quote quote. Why do you do these things to me?
A pre-quote quote.
Okay, bring it on.
So this says, the act of forgiveness takes place in our own mind. It really has nothing to do with the other person.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. Who said that? Do you know?
Louise Hay. And yeah, that's forgiveness is key, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. Because there's many people in life, looking back in my own life, who you don't have the opportunity to either meet with and talk it out, or they might not give you their forgiveness. So it's interesting. It really comes back to you and your heart, whether you forgive it and let it go.
Right.
Yeah. And forgiveness is something that happens in you.
And some of the things we're learning from Recall Healing is these types of things, when you hold on to them, are really, really damaging the body.
Right.
Because they create energy,
right,
warped energy inside the body, and those correspond to organs. And
yeah, it's also interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good quote. I really like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good quote. All right, so now this is the quote that you've been waiting for, Kate.
I am waiting here.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Can I handle it?
Can you handle the truth?
Try me.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so our home should be a supportive sanctuary. There are many things in the world that are less than loving, and often we feel we can't control those things, but we can control our home environments by choosing to live with what we love. We need to insist that, at the very least, we feel good and can, quote, win in our own homes. The same qualities that we create in our homes, which are love, peace, joy, inspiration, will be the same qualities that we experience in our daily lives.
I love that.
That's good, huh?
I love that.
Let me read it again. Our homes should be a supportive sanctuary. There are many things in the world that are less than loving, and often we can't control those things, but we can control our home environments by choosing to live with what we love. We need to insist that, at the very least, we feel good and can win in our own homes. The same qualities that we create in our homes, love, peace, joy, inspiration, will be the same qualities that we experience in our daily lives.
I love it.
That's cool, huh?
It goes along with that whole thought of, if you don't, what is it, in your home, if things aren't beautiful and useful, like why have them, kind of thing.
Right, if they're not serving you.
Either have to serve a purpose, or you have to just love them, and they're beautiful to look at. And
yeah,
I love that.
Because there's nothing worse than, not taking care of your home, and you come home and it's filled with stress, and it's filled with worry and fear and mess even,
Right.
Messy homes or dirty homes.
Or dissension, just,
fighting. Yeah. So creating that sort of sanctuary, and we try to do that. It's important to do that with your bedrooms and things.
Right. We don't have a TV in our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a TV at all anymore, but not in our bedroom. We never liked that.
Right.
I don't like the mental stress of taking mail into my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I don't like there to be bills in there.
Yeah.
That's my sanctuary. I like to go in, read, lounge, sleep, hang out.
And kind of just be sheltered from the rest of the world.
Right. That is your sanctuary. The minute you come up your stairs and walk in your door.
Right.
Right. I love that. That is, who said that?
That's from Laura Carlin and Allison Forbes, and they wrote a blog post, which I'll link to on this show page.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
That was for me. Thank you.
Yeah, you like that.
I love that.
Yeah, and I think it's important too, if you think about really what God has done with us is, our bodies are our homes for a while, right? Because our bodies
are earthly,
are earthly and they're just temporary. And so what kind of body are you creating for your soul to live in?
Wow. So
it does you no good to have a really nice, well-kept house that's peaceful, but internally you're just stressed and you're worried and you're fearful and you have all these sort of psychological issues that have never been dealt with.
Wow.
That
is such a good correlation between the two.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Yeah, because if you're not developing an inner health and peace and love and all of that, then what's the point?
Inner sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to value that more and more in my years around the sun. What is it?
Your revolutions around the sun.
Our revolutions around the earth and the sun.
How old are you?
How old am I? You're not supposed to ask a woman her age.
No, you were supposed to say how many revolutions around the sun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. How many revolutions around the sun?
That was interesting too, what he talked about Adam Bergstrom, didn't he?
That was interesting.
Yeah.
It goes along with that question, how old would you be? Wait, how do you say it? How old are you
how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are?
That's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah, if you just close your eyes and ask yourself, how old are you?
Right. I love that.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you can tell pretty quickly. Yeah, so our home should be our supportive sanctuary, and you could take home to mean kind of a couple different things there.
Right.
I like it.
That is really cool. Well done.
Well done.
That was worth waiting for.
Is that worth waiting for?
Yep.
Had you on pins and needles.
Pins and needle. No, really, that is a great quote. I love it.
So now we're just about done, and I want to thank everyone for joining us here on this edition here of Extreme Health Radio. It's episode number 79, so you can check it out, extremehealthradio.com/79. And some ways, if you're interested in supporting our work, feel free. We'd love to have you support our work. If you want to donate, a lot of people have been doing that lately. And if we're going to be moving towards a live show, we'll need some more donations from you, but feel free. You can do $5, $10, $20.
Anything helps. We're so grateful.
Yeah, if you can. Only if you can. I know money's tight for everybody right now, but if you can, that would be super, super helpful. That would allow us to continue to offer these shows for free to people and to make sure it stays free, because there's a lot of people out there that need this kind of information that we do with our interviews, and I just don't want to charge people. That's not really
what we're about.
Yeah, because, if people need this information and, like the guy that we interviewed episode number 2, Keith Pendlebury, where he talks about the selenium. And he's been doing some great work with people reversing cancer. And he wrote a whole ebook on how he's been using selenium to reverse cancer. And one of the things he was saying is that, he doesn't want to charge people because, I think it'll cost us about $80 to buy a year's worth of selenium for a full year for 2 people.
Wow. And
some people are on fixed incomes and they need this information.
Right.
And he doesn't want to charge, $80 for his book, and then all of a sudden they don't have the money for the selenium.
Right.
So
I value that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So just there's value in giving information away for free. And so we're just trusting that you guys will help support us and follow us on Facebook and send our link to your friends. And
thank you for listening.
Yeah, hopefully we're entertaining enough. And
oh, We might think we're entertaining, but
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And another way to support us is obviously by Amazon. Anytime you purchase from Amazon, please do it through us. Just go to our show, extremehealthradio.com/Amazon, and that will forward you to the Amazon homepage. And
tell your friends and family anything they order off Amazon would be really helpful to us.
That would be really, really helpful. Let's see, we've got a mailing list. It's growing, so that's always fun. And I write about once a week to you guys, and I just send out different information about health and the show and things. And there's a few things on our store, too, that I'd like to tell people about. Stuff that we don't really talk about very much. Like we normally mention the sauna and the rebounder, the Bellicon rebounder, and the Vitamix blenders and things.
The protein powders
and things. But there's lots of other really great things in our store.
The air filter.
Yeah, the Austin air filter is one. We're going to be hooked up with a really great nebulizer soon. It's called the Omron Personal Nebulizer.
That thing's going to rock.
Yeah, which is really, really I've heard it's just the best nebulizer that there is on the market. And from what I've been able to research so far, we're really excited to be offering that. And we've got some pregnancy products that are really great that you can go through if you're considering getting pregnant or having problems with getting pregnant. We've got like a raw food course by Russell James, really great. He teaches you how to make the most amazing raw food dishes. We've got the Ejuva Cleanse, the Vitality Herbs and Clay. What else do we got?
We have Zeolite.
Oh, the Zeolite. Yeah, that stuff is amazing, the Zeolite. A lot of these things you can go to just extremehealthradio.com/Zeolite, and that will take you there. Some survival products, like we've got Daniel Vitalis's survival seeds there from Surthrival. Fermentation products on how to ferment food. All kinds of cool stuff.
Rad.
Yeah, so if you're interested, you can find all this stuff in our store, and that'll be another way to support our work. And if you want to buy some of those things, we'll get a little commission that will help support our work and keep it free for everybody else so that everyone can have access to this and enjoy it.
Awesome.
All right.
Because we enjoy it.
Yeah, is that, I think that's about it, right?
I think so. Yeah.
What time is it now? Oh, we're going to go get a juice, aren't we?
Heck yeah, we are.
Green juice.
Green juice.
What is it called? The Green Prodigy?
The Green Prodigy.
We're not going to make our own juice today. We're going to actually go buy one.
I think on days like this where you just want to relax, it's a weekend. Let somebody else make it for us.
I love it. All right,
thanks. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, guys, for listening. And
thank you.
If you ever want to email Kate, it's kate@extremehealthradio.com or Justin@extremehealthradio.com, and I'd love to help you out.